Got it. Nilesh Jain, VP, Head of Technical and Derivative Research at Centrum Finverse, joining us. Thanks so much, Nilesh, for taking the time. What ideas would you look at? We've already seen the close of the pre-open session.
Very good morning to you, Alex. Good morning, everyone. We have both the buy recommendations. So first of all, we are bullish on EMS space as a whole. We have seen a very good momentum in Ember, Dixon, and Keynes Technologies. So out of all, Ember is looking better place, and we are expecting a move towards 7,900 to 8,000 on the upside. So keeping a stop loss below 75.50, Ember is a buy. And apart from that, Godfrey Philip, yesterday we have seen a very good build-up on the long side. On technical front, it is on the verge of a breakout. So if it breaks about 2180, it's a buy for upside target of 2300 plus. So one can keep a stop loss below 2080 and go long in Godfrey Philip as well.
Okay, so interesting names there. And Nilesh, from the defense pack, is there something that stands out as a trade because they have rallied a bit? You could even recommend booking profits there. Is there something in that bucket?
Well, Neeraj, the ideal strategy would be to keep booking profit at the high level. We have already seen a V-shaped recovery. It has rallied almost in last 7-8 consecutive sessions. Although the undertone looks positive and looks bullish, but not advisable to chase the momentum at the high level. So better avoid taking any fresh entry at the current level. If at all you get any meaningful decline in the stocks like HCL, Mazgaon Dock, and Cochin Shipyard, these three stocks remain our preferred bet, but not at current level. Buy and decline should be the strategy.
Okay. Keep an eye out for maybe possible profit booking into some of those. Now, Vari Renewable Technology should come up on your screen, and then we get Vari Energies on the screen as well, because Vari Energies is certainly doing well. Vari Renewable had good results, but the margins, I think, Alex, came off a bit, and maybe which is why this just
a bit. I mean, on year, yes, but sequentially it was okay.
Sequentially it was
10 basis point improvement, if anything.
Okay.
And they had guided.
You saw that March quarter last year
was a high base.
Was bumper, was 27% margin.
Yeah,
I think they're normally doing 19-20%.
Correct.
Margins.
And in fact, they had guided in a conference call ahead of Q4 numbers before. So
that
15% ke upar we will maintain it.
So they have done much better than
that.
Your thoughts on both of these group companies?
So basically, I don't track this space so closely. So I would not give you a very, and I don't own the stocks also. So let me pass this to Kush.
Pass this to Kush.
Gladly.
Like a hot potato.
We'll take it on. नहीं बहुत अच्छा रैली हो गया है. Now daily setup पे, weekly setup पे, it's approaching overheated territories. You're better off booking partially and holding the rest. The reason for that is just because it's overheated doesn't mean it doesn't have more legs. So यहाँ पे profit book करो closer to lower level. So on Vari Renewable closer to about 1,000, and on Vari Energies closer to about 3,200, 3,250 is when you can re-enter whatever you've booked. So book partially and then you could re-enter. On the medium term setup, the trend on both of these have turned for the better.
What's really hurting also in this session is Jubilant. And not surprising after their business updates as well. It continues to be, I believe there is a brokerage note on it as well. Jubilant Foods about 3.5% down. So is Varun Beverages. So is Campus Active. So I'm just saying that consumer trend also looking fairly negative. This entire space is an avoid in your view, Parag bhai?
No, it will be stock specific definitely. For example, I like Marico in this space a lot. That's my.
Would Marico be in the same category as Jubilant Foods?
No, I'm just saying consumption space.
Consumption space. Anything you like anything you like in the
I don't own anything,
space?
but of course some of these stocks will be interesting at some price points for sure. We'll have to and see.
That's the most generic thing in the world. Every stock will be interesting at some point.
The stocks have corrected also. That's what I'm trying to. So some of them can become interesting. So for example, if suppose Jubilant Food this quarter was bad, the LFL growth was bad due to LPG thing only. If that is the case, and if it is going to revive from here, then the prices can be interesting.
I don't know.
I don't own it, by the way, but I'm just saying.
So at what valuation would you say Jubilant, and quick answer, would be attractive?
So I would say that between 35 to 40 PE is something where 1 year forward, I would say, is where I would be interested.
Okay, so we're winding down. Nilesh, last thoughts on a single stock that you might have seen in the pre-open sessions. This is beyond the stocks that you've already recommended.
Well, out of all, I believe Apollo Tyre would be one stock that should be on the radar. We have seen a very good base formation. So if you get any dips over 440, 442, that can be a good entry point. Even at current level as well, one can initiate a fresh long position because we are expecting a move towards 455 to 465 on the upside. So one can keep a stop loss below 436 and go long in Apollo Tyre.
Okay, Kush, 5-second answer. Top call.
Pokarna, and the targets on this one 945, 965, stop loss at 900.
Pokarna is Kush Bora's top idea. I think Lish liked some of the tire names as well, but profit booking recommended in some of the defense names. But here's how the markets are starting this Friday morning. Flat, maybe with a downward bias. No, actually you call this flat. Not really a dramatic downward bias. Yes, about 0.5% or 0.25% kind of a downtick after a reasonably good rally that we've had. But I wonder if the advanced decline is right. Mid caps are flat. Small cap index should come up on your screen too. Let's see what that one is doing. That's 0.2% higher. So very impressive breadth really for a sluggish market start. Not bad at all. Let's get the heat map up on the screen. See what is Wipro doing on the red corner. Is it amongst the top losers? It is in fact the top loser. 3.25% lower. Buyback etc. not quite helping. HDFC Life 2.36% lower as well. Wipro has, you could argue, some collateral damage to HCL Tech, Infi etc. Nothing dramatic, but a bit there. Tech Mahindra too. And metals are taking a bit of a pause. Remember, 15% done. Over 15% done in the month of April alone. I mean, a breathtaking rally. Some bit of pause could happen on a day when the markets are pausing. Some more red than green, but what is in the green? ITC, up about 1%, I dare say. Is it VST Industries rub off? No, don't worry, not saying that, but it could well be. NTPC 1.39% higher. Trent has some uptick. ONGC has some uptick. No apparent reason. Crude prices are stable really. BEL, Adani Ports, etc. In the market, in fact, moves marginally the green as well. So, Tamanna, not much really here. I mean, HDFC Life and Wipro, arguably, the two names which are maybe making a newsworthy
not being punished
move.
That badly, I would say. Wipro not being punished that badly for a forecast which is a downtick as well, and fourth consecutive or third consecutive time of reduction in revenues in constant currency. So that way it's not half bad. India VIX is also benign, not moving too much one way or the other. Let's pull up the small cap and the mid cap, because where is that positive advanced decline ratio coming from? Mid cap 150, completely flat. The small cap is where the action seems to be, about 0.5% up, and breadth is, like we mentioned, quite positive. So the makings of a recovery definitely, or a rebound, are there in the market this morning. Let's pull up the sectoral heat map for you and see what's buzzing and what's not. You have metals which have a bit of softness that they're showing, and you saw that in the pre-open session as well. JSW Steel among them. You have Hindalco also, which may have come off. Auto stocks are about 0.25% down, but even Nifty Metal Index is just about less than 1% down. FMCG stocks are doing okay. It's a middling off the path, I would say, a quiet start to the markets, if nothing else. I want to pull up individual stocks and let's see what's happening there. We've been talking about results, and result season has begun. Some of those numbers are now coming through. Let's see what's happening with an Angel One, robust set of numbers. HDFC Life, we saw that they haven't really done too well. Vari Energies was okay. Angel One is about 4% up. I want to bring back Wipro and of course VST Industries. VST Industries 16% up right now, and that's really the winner of the morning. Alok Industries was not a great set of numbers, but revenues at least were in the positive. That's about 1% up. The Adani pack is in focus, and for a variety of reasons. Adani Total now about 1% up. Adani Green is mildly in the red. Let's look at Adani End and Adani Power. So a mixed bag over there. Positive brokerage call on Gujarat Gas, and that was our big brokerage call of the day, and that stock is popping about 5.5% up. I want to look at Jubilant Foods if we can very quickly, because there is a downgrade from Morgan Stanley which has come in on Jubilant Foods. So we should take a look at what's happening there. That's also 1.5% down. It's as if everyone's taking a breather, or maybe wanting to start off the weekend early. I don't know which one it is, Alex.
Yeah, you said it, Tamanna. Actually, there are a couple of stocks in the broader markets beyond what you've mentioned that are doing well. GSPL, Gujarat State Petronet, is up about 12%, one of the top gainers in the broader markets. Redington is up and about. Engineers India is moving up as much as 4.3%, and one of the top gainers from trade yesterday, Shipping Corporation of India, is up and about today as well. Yesterday it made quite the up move. It's up a further 4% in trade today. And MGL, you heard about Gujarat Gas, but Mahanagar Gas is also up about 3.4%. RVNL reacting to that order win. I do want to ask about Shipping Corporation of India as well as GSPL. Are these tradable ideas, Kush?
Shipping Corporation most certainly is. There have been multiple attempts at breakout, above that 275, 280 zone. That's finally come about this week, and the stock's gaining ground from there. Very healthy volumes. Even previously, the stock attempted a breakout above these levels. The volumes were very healthy, and then of course the war struck, and the stock was consolidating with a negative bias on thin volumes. I think SCI is a good tradable idea despite the kind of move that it's already had. So one of the rare exceptions where the stocks run up but still makes sense to trade. Positionally, I would suggest a stop loss at the 280, 285 zone, and on the way up, enough and more momentum for the stock to go to about 315 and 345 zones. So yes, this one still has strength, very healthy volume accumulation. If you have, hold. If not, you could still add.
Okay, I want to go to Nilesh very quickly on a couple of stocks. One, GMDC, which Kush has already said book profits is falling as we speak right now. So it was down about 1.5% after the market opened. It's now down 2.5%. So would you book out? That's one. And two, specifically on GSPL, up 13.6%. Would you ride that rally?
Well, Alex, first of all, GMDC, we did play the upside move, but not advisable to chase the momentum at the high level. As Kush rightly mentioned, it's better to book profit. Although the undertone looks strong, but the risk and reward is not looking favorable to chase the momentum at the current level. So ideally, fresh entry could be done somewhere around 750 to 710. If at all you get any dips towards that particular range, that can be used as a buying opportunity. But overall, the broader structure looks positive for 750 plus kind of target as a positional bet. Now coming to GSPL, looks like a strong pullback move with a good volume participation. Yes, quite possible that we may see a follow-up move towards 295 to 300 as well. But again, having said that, it's already up close to 15%. So with this kind of a spurt, the risk and reward is very much unfavorable. If somebody is already holding the long position, can ride this rally up to 295 to 300, keeping a trailing stop loss at somewhere around 275. But fresh entry, I would suggest to avoid.
Okay, let's look at Jubilant Food. We were talking about that downgrade from Morgan Stanley. It's been downgraded to equal weight from overweight, and a target price cut to 486 rupees from 693 rupees. Why is that? They see more risks emerging to earnings growth in the near term, likely weak underlying demand in Q4, a weaker macro consumption environment, and a higher base in the first half of FY27. Negative operating leverage and higher costs due to the LPG supply constraints could keep margins lower, they say. With absolute valuation still high, they see limited triggers for a stock outperformance. Having said that, not too negative on Jubilant Food is what the street is right now. Nilesh, is this a counter that you track on the charts? What would be your view here?
Quite volatile stock, and we are not tracking that closely, but it's an avoid because it has not broken out. We have seen a lot of underperformance. Constantly, it is constantly forming a lower top and lower term formation as well. So it was merely a pullback that we saw till yesterday. But again, looks like more sort of a range bound. I would rather wait for a break above 466. If it breaks 466, then it's a buy. Otherwise, it's an avoid at current level.
Okay, thank you so much, Nilesh, for joining in. Just before we let you go, any